1973, the band Smegma was formed in Pasadena, California. They had only one rule: no musicians. After moving to Portland a few years later, under the co-leadership of Mike Lastra and Eric Stewart, they became part of the new wave punk scene in 1978 that included the Neo Boys, the Wipers, and Fred Cole. Starting from scratch, they are inspired by outer musical artists of the time such as John Cage, Sun Ra, and Captain Beefheart. Over the next 40 years, dozens of locals were welcomed, absorbed, and set loose in studios and on stage. They became a linchpin in Portland's alternative community, routinely requested by openers such as the Butthole Surfers and Dead Kennedys, and were also invited to play the Portland Mayor's Ball. Performances included a drummer playing trombone simultaneously, untuning guitars, thumping bass, a percussionist who worked an ancient turntable playing speeches of President Dwight Eisenhower at varying speeds, and a man playing the Viper Band, made from a rubber dental dam. Lastra constantly recorded the group at his studio and released much of the material on Pigface Records, with over 30 releases. Like the Art Ensemble of Chicago plays jazz, Smegma plays improvisational punk rock on a wide-open, free-form musical landscape. Please welcome Smegma to the 2023 class of the Oregon Music Hall of Fame.
What an amazing event. Well, I couldn't be more proud to have all these gentlemen and ladies here to share this event with the world. And the amazing thing is George Page, he was my friend and I worked with him on video for years. Fred Schell, I recorded him and we played music together. Thor Lindsay, I was part of that big TK empire for a while. And all these people, it's such a great thing to have the city full of the talent that we have here. And this band of wild eccentrics and kooks that we infected the world with some other musical approach. Forever changed, I think. And what more can I say but, here they are, and here he is, and let him speak some more now.
So 50 years ago, almost to this week, a group of misfits living in a big house in Pasadena discovered that we could combine our collectively bizarre sense of humor with an untrained enthusiasm on musical instruments, creating a new form of primitive folk avant-garde music. And suddenly, Smegma was born. We were in 1973, we were already under the impression that music had lost touch with the human spirit, that had become a neatly packaged commodity, and that somehow inside each human there's the ability to break through and be free of that if you could just find the magic spot. And that's kind of what we were all about. But we've quickly found out that all that really accomplished was it really annoyed all of our friends and anybody we tried to run into. And so we felt LA, we needed to get out of there, and so we wildly experimented and headed to Portland without any idea of how we'd fit in. And at first it was rough. There was a great jazz scene here. People like Jim Pepper were playing down the street, and there were great bands like Stan Wood's Bop Tet or John Jensen's More Than Human. Both of those people played with Smegma later. But So in 1977, we decided, we did our first concert and invited pretty much anybody that was an artist that we'd met at that point. So we had poets, artists, dancers, people that did reel-to-reel mixtapes, and this amazing musician called Lee Rocky, who had been Portland's best drummer for the decades before that, and he was an incredible jazz drummer. But he had evolved personally to being a flat-bridged electric violin player that just fit right in with what we were doing, and we didn't have to explain anything, and we realized, oh, we did come to the right place, because there are people here that are already just as far out as we were, but just hidden around the edges. So that first show was at the Centenary Wilbur Methodist Church. Later it was called La Luna and Pine Street. So, right. And so by late 78, one great original member that's not here, Brad Hostetler, DK, had decided to get in the flow of the time and shaved his head and started writing songs like Mutant Baby and Going Rancid. And pretty soon we were right in the middle of the punk new wave scene, and many of our members blossomed. Amy DeWolf, who cannot be here today, was an amazing power drummer that would go into a deep trance and just cast a spell over the audience and just blow people's minds. And she just had a way of speaking directly in another way. Although one time when we played one of our gigs at Damish Mental Hospital, which of course, one time we rubbed them the wrong way, and poor Amy was up there jamming away, and one of the unmedicated people that were there grabbed her drumstick and started a big commotion, but she got over it. But, yeah, play some music, assholes. But we probably should have played some music for him, but we didn't know any better. Just thinking of a few other amazing, and also one time Black Flag was playing here in Portland during their peak. This is pre-Henry Rollins, Dez, and their drummer got sick or something, and Amy came out to do the encore, and everybody was screaming and going crazy, and Dez had to act, who is that chick? He just couldn't believe it, so. But Amy really made an impression. And another impression I have, just thinking of the great Tom Pig Roberts of Poison Idea. He's not with us anymore, but I can remember playing at Satyricon and looking over and seeing him in his unique position, making up an obscene song, improvising lyrics, which he never did in his own creative world, but we brought out that in Tom Pig, so. But anyway, we're so honored to be the anti-music band that kicked out all the musicians but we always loved music, so it wasn't ever, we weren't really against music, we just wanted our own path and didn't want to ever compromise. And I guess that's been achieved. Thank you so much.
We're just going to get a very quick word from everyone here.
I'd like to thank my arms for always being by my side, and all of you people for being so goddamn wonderful to us for all these years, for all this weird crap that I can't believe that we're here for. Thank you so kindly. Pleasure.
I have no idea what to say.
Thank you, everybody.
Fuck a duck, you know?
Maybe we won't have time.
Thank you.
Maybe we won't have time.
Wazza.
Hey, from Ace Fair and Ford in LA.
Olivia. Hi, Mom.
Amazon Bambi.
Welcome to the Oregon Music Hall of Fame, Smegma!
everybody.